Welcome to the Nightly Rant
with
your hosts, Mike
and Torya.
This is the show where we examine society from a sarcastic point of view.
If you like insane conversations, this is definitely the show for you.
Let's get into today's topic. YPN people, I don't know about you, but I love helping out a friend. That's why I want to shout out my friend Brian Little and his podcast, Your Favorite Blockhead. This is the only show that manages to weave together peanuts and MMA into one heck of an amazing podcast. You can find Your Favorite Blockhead wherever your favorite podcasts reside and at yourfavoriteblockhead.com. Do me a huge favor and listen to Brian's show. You'll be entertained and you'll help out a friend. Now, as I said, let's get into today's topic.
I think it's crazy people season.
Isn't it always crazy people season?
Well, I was going to say that, but I thought it sounded too cynical.
I mean, election time in the United States is probably craziest person season. But I think it's always crazy person season.
Well, it's what's funny to me is you're right about elections, and it never seems to go away because there's presidential election season where the whole country is going nuts. And then there's like the off presidential cycle election where all the local offices are going nuts, like governor and whatnot, you know? And it's like both places you're going nuts. It's just enough. I've had enough.
So speaking of soulless vultures.
Soulless vultures. Well, yeah, I guess that's what we were talking about. Soulless vultures. Okay.
I saw a post in one of my Facebook groups, meant for entrepreneurs, I might add. What?
Okay. No, I'm listening to what you're saying.
And it was saying that this woman had an opportunity for stay-at-home moms and dads who wanted to help set up shopping accounts for people. And I'm like,
oh no.
This is giving me PTSD, man. It's giving me like flashbacks to Melaleuca.
Yeah,
when we were conned.
So before we go any further with that, let's recall that real quickly. We were basically told the same thing. Oh, it's not multi-level marketing. You're just helping people to shop. You're just helping them set up an account so that they can shop. That's all you're doing. You're just helping them set up an account so they can shop. Well, if it's not multi-level marketing, how come I get paid on
multi-levels?
Multi-levels. Huh. We're doing what? Marketing your product. Huh. But it's not multi-level marketing, eh? Yeah, that's kind of what my attitude was like. It's like, what the hell, you know? So when you said that just now, it just brought like all those feelings back.
Needless to say, we had an absolutely horrifying experience with Melaleuca.
Yes.
About 5-6 years ago. So I see this post and I'm like, this asshole. They're selling this Melaleuca garbage. Hot garbage. So I comment on it. Let me guess. Melaleuca. And the poster says something about how it's not Melaleuca, and I'm like, well, it certainly sounds like the same kind of scam. And then she came back and said something else, and then I commented, somebody else came in and said that they had an opportunity for me underneath that, and I was like, look, all you scam,
all the multi-level marketers were coming out of the woodwork. Huh?
Yeah, it was super aggressive. Anyway, so then I happened to see a post about something else I was interested in, and I asked them to DM me. So I go and look at my message requests. Who is in my message requests? The MLM person, the initial one.
Right.
She's like, hello, how are you doing? And I just said, hello. Nice message you on here. Where are you from? I responded.
Message you on here.
Well, I'm just reading it the way she wrote it, man.
Just saying.
And I said, I'm from the moon. To which she replied, I guess you're not serious then. Now I had to take a hot minute before I could respond to that message.
Well, I mean, first of all, it doesn't take a genius to figure out that you're not serious.
What kind of jello is your brain made out of that you thought even for 1 millisecond
that you were
I was interested in your hot garbage?
You called it a scam openly. And what I think is funny is she tries to put it off on, well, I get a lot of comments, you said?
Yeah, later.
Well, who cares? Who cares if she gets a lot of comments? You're still supposed to check and go, does this person sound like someone who's interested?
I typed out, is your head literally made of sand? And then I deleted it. And then I typed out something else calling her the dumbest person in the universe.
You deleted
And
it.
I deleted it. And I finally came up with, I thought I was pretty clear about what I thought about your quote-unquote opportunity in my comments. Yet here you are messaging me anyways. I was so careful with my
You were.
language discussing this with her because I do not need any more Facebook strikes.
Right.
I got one for telling my friend I was going to kidnap them from the airport.
Yep.
I got another one for apparently a nefarious comment I made in some group that I don't know. They won't tell me what the comment was
Isn't that
or
lovely?
what group it was.
Isn't that lovely? You're just supposed to know.
I'm just supposed to know. That one comment I made was so nefarious.
Yeah.
And I do not need a third strike. So I learned from your Instagram experiences, and I was so careful. That's when she came back and said, I do have a lot of comments, but okay.
That's the stupidest reply ever. You're still supposed to check and make sure. What if someone was constantly replying, bleep you, bleep you, bleep you, over and over? Are you going to tell me you're going to message that person?
There's 900 comments on my post, and all of them are expletives from one person, but I get lots of comments.
Yeah. What the hell? That doesn't make any sense. That's just stupid. But see, you are doing something that I think is excellent. You're following your gut. I wish I did that sooner because the stuff I had issues with on Instagram is because I was calling a scammer.
Right.
I mean, when you literally can check their picture and all their pictures came from, Jenny Jean Bob, the porn actress from Nebraska, and that's who those pictures belong to, and yet it's some other woman.
Right.
On the other side, or a man, more than likely.
So I came back to her and I said, LOL, just because other people are dumb doesn't make your quote unquote opportunity any less illegitimate. So I was so careful. And then she blocked me.
That's because that was insulting to her. I can see
I called her customers dumb. Yeah, I know.
Well, I could see. Well, and you basically said that anyone who was be involved in the opportunity is an idiot.
Which means that because we both know it's an MLM, that she's an idiot.
She's an idiot, yeah.
I just figured out what I did nefarious in one of the groups in Facebook.
Uh-oh. What was it? I got to hear this.
In one of the Las Vegas locals groups. I do not know which one.
Babe.
What?
No getting a reputation here.
Somebody posted a house for rent for $1,500, a 5-bedroom, 3-bathroom house in Summerlin. In Summerlin.
That's Yeah. I won't say the word.
I Googled it.
Later.
I Googled the friggin' picture. It was an American Homes for Rent house in a completely different part of the city.
With a lot more money.
And it wasn't even for rent right now.
Someone's living there.
Yeah. The only picture that was available was the cover photo of the house.
And that's the only photo that the other ad just happened to only have that one photo.
Correct. And they had used that distribution engine I had told you about forever ago, that I can't remember what it's called, that sends it to everywhere. So this property, this fake-ass property, was listed everywhere for $1,500 a month. And I was like, you garbage vulture.
Garbage vulture?
And I just commented, scam, period. The next day is when I had that notice from Facebook.
Yeah, there has to be. But see, this is the thing that's really stupid to me. All right. And I want people to think about this. Take a deep breath. I know people hate to agree with me. They love to disagree with me. They do. People love to disagree with me. You know why? Because I'll fight back.
And you're fun to
I
fight
don't
with.
care how small it is or how big it is. And I'm good at the fight. I don't roll over easy. Even I have fought you on things that I 100% know going in, and I am 100% wrong. And I managed to take you to the bitter end most of the time. Now, there's times I beat you real easily, you beat me real easily, but most of the time, it goes to the bitter end. And it's a game when we talk about this. We're not talking about like we're screaming and yelling at each other.
We're talking about our fun banter that you all know and love.
We think it's, and people think it's funny when they see it. And it's just real. It's how we are. We're just like this in person. But all of that doesn't necessarily equate to reality. That's what I'm getting at. We're this way both places. But if we suddenly became Mr. Proper and we didn't ever cuss and we never had an E for explicit, we wouldn't be us.
So anyway, why are people going to hate to agree with you? You got off on a tangent.
Oh,
Sorry.
people hate to agree with me.
We were talking about the post and I commented scam on it. And then you said, I'm going to make a point. And I know you people hate to agree with me, but
okay. Yeah. If they can read your message enough to know that you use the word scam, period, and they don't like that word, that's fine that they don't like that word. I am not arguing that they should allow that word. I'm not. Now, my personal opinion, hell yeah, they should allow that word. If that person's pulling a scam, you should be able to call it a scam. I mean, there is this thing called the First Amendment. And if they're going to go fucking around with the government, well, then I get my First Amendment rights there. So shut up. But anyway, back to what I was saying. This is why people don't like to agree with me, because then they have to get ranty like that and they hate it.
Anyway, come on. Tell us the point.
I think, yeah. So if they can read that, that's great. That's awesome. But then how come they can't read the information that came before that is most obviously a scam?
I also reported the post as being
well, that's the thing.
Scam.
And you reported it, and it should have gotten reviewed. So how are they not able to understand that is complete and total? Sorry, I guess this is getting an E. Bullshit.
Bullshit doesn't need an E.
It's bullshit that they read one message and you know how I know? Because I used the word scammer. And the first time I ever used the word scammer, I got a 7-day messaging ban. But you know what? It's funny. Whatever it is, it must be minor enough. It doesn't affect my account status. Never has. My account stays, I've never violated any terms and conditions, blah, 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 blah.
I think they've decided that blindly hurling insults at one another is not a fully removed punishable offense.
If done in private.
But
I think it's more if it's done in private.
Quite honestly, I'm going to figure out what group that was in, and I'm going to go test the theory and find out if that was it, because the message said that my group posting privileges will be limited, which means an admin has to approve my posts.
Oh, that's right. We had this conversation the other night. I recall this now.
Right.
I recall this now. We talked about this, but you were a little more vague about what it was about. You're more specific this time.
Oh, it's because I figured it out while I was telling you about the MLM person.
Oh, that's really interesting. But you know, to kind of tie it back into this whole like MLM situation. Here's my thing.
Spineless vultures.
I have seen a situation personally where I needed money fast, and I went and I invested a little bit of money over here, and I sold those things like within a month over here, and I made like 15 grand in 1 month profit. You know, I've done that,
you were a vacuum cleaner salesman,
no,
really?
No, worse.
Water
filters. Worse. I'm telling you. And it was terrible. They used to say at those meetings, and come on in, the water's fine.
Oh, that makes me wanna. I am so itchy in every square inch of my skin right now.
So makes your skin crawl. Back then, it didn't make my skin crawl. I laughed at it. I thought it was funny. I understood what they were trying to do, and I thought it was funny. But that's like MLM right there, and that's the problem.
They were effectively the original.
Yeah,
they've been Tupperware.
Well, and it was Tupperware,
Mary Kay, and Avon.
Mary Kay.
Avon's not really an MLM.
Mary Kay. Avon leans on the MLM model.
Right.
Like you can turn it into one, but you can make a little bit of money just by selling it.
I know lots of people who've made a decent living with Avon quite easily because they became like
they're like your makeup person. They're the shop.
My mom loved Avon body wash. This one specific kind of body wash that Avon always had.
Okay.
You never had to sign up for anything. She could just go and she could buy 20 bottles of this body wash to last her like 2 years at once if she wanted to.
Never bother her again.
Exactly. Yeah. And if she wanted to order more later, she'd pick up an Avon catalog and she'd order some more from this person.
And probably today it's on a website.
I think so.
It would have to be.
Well, and Scentsy is like that too. You never have to like sign up for their whole package. None of that crap.
Right.
Those are fine. I have no judgment about those. But these ones that coerce you into buying something and then signing up for an account, and then you get this $400 auto ship of cleaning products every friggin' month that you can't use because who uses that many ounces of cleaning products every single month?
$50. It was only $50. But here's the thing. Here's what I was going to say about that. Since you jumped into the product, I mean, you're heated about that, obviously.
Salty.
So here's the thing. It was like only $50. You had to spend at least $50, or else they would take $50.
Right.
That was it. So basically, your membership was $50, and then they gave you the first $50 of your food product, your products for free.
Right.
That's essentially how they sold it to you, right? And I mean, logically, yes, that's what happened. But here's the problem. The products, they were good. They worked well. They really did.
Them.
They were great. But here's the thing. They were expensive.
Right.
They sell you on the concept that, oh, look, it only takes this much with some water to make this much of it. Well, what you don't realize is you start calculating how many. There's really only like 6 in there. Well, things only $1.25 at Target.
Right.
6 of them would only be like $10, and they're selling it to you for $17.99. No, it's not a great deal.
Right. That's actually how we got into using that natural spray cleaner from Target, is because we ditched Melaleuca and you wanted something natural because we have so many animals.
Yeah, and I saw how well it worked for us because we didn't have to worry so much about the animals because, we have cats.
The only problem was it triggered my asthma real bad, which means you just always had to be the one to clean the kitchen counters.
Well, yeah. Does it do that with this one?
Not at all.
Really?
Really?
The Myers? Isn't that what that is?
Yeah, it doesn't bother me at all.
Okay, guys. Now, this we don't get any money for this, but you got to use this Myers product. It's
Their
natural.
hand soap is good. Their soap is good.
It smells good, too. They have this spray for, like, your cleaner on your counter, and it cuts through grease. It does everything, and it smells good. And the woman here is saying it doesn't trigger her allergies. That, to me, that right there's the win. So, tell me something. What about all of this situation got you so ranty? I'm really curious.
I don't know. I was kind of just telling you about it because I thought it was funny, and then it got me all fired up. And I don't know why. Like, I don't really know what it is about it. But I do want to say, I know some people very well who have done very well with their MLM stuff. And to their credit, I am still Facebook friends with them years in. Want to know why? Because they came to me, they were like, hey, this. And I was like, not that. And they never bothered me about it again.
Exactly. It's like, it reminds me, the modern day equivalent of that reminds me of the dudes that like scrape your email off of like Google. And then they send you an email. And then you don't respond, so they send you another email asking you if it's seen the other email. Then they send another email feigning such surprise that, I don't know, are you okay? Because you never responded to my email, and I'm sure you would want to respond to my email. And usually I will just respond with, the F word off. Never effing email me ever effing again. All capitals. And if I can bold it or make it color, I do.
I've just figured out my next response to one of those emails. No, sorry. I'm out of office because a mammoth came back from the Ice Age. Figured out my perfect response for the next time I get one of these emails.
All right.
No, sorry. I'm out of office because a mammoth came out of a portal from the Ice Age into my office and gored me with one of its tusks. P.S. The likelihood of this happening is about how likely I am to buy your product. Have a nice day.
That's funny. That's funny. That's funny. Well, my throat's drying out. I've been screaming and yelling. You've been ranty too. It's kind of interesting.
We came in here because I was
strange
ranty.
ep. Really strange ep.
Well, for once I had something salty to talk about.
Well, yeah, and it was fun because you were heated.
I'm going to sleep now.
And then we examined some other poo-poo in there and then came back around to it again, which was interesting, by the way. But yeah, cool. So you sound tired. I know Bree is tired. Poor baby. So
good night, everyone.
Still a bye-bye, MLM.
Thank you for listening to the Nightly Rant.
If you enjoyed the show, please give us a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts or Google Play.
If you didn't enjoy the show, please just ignore that previous request for a rating.
This has been a Yogi's Podcast Network production.